George in Keyport, New Jersey, listening on WBAI. Hey, George, what's up?
Hi, good afternoon, Tom. I just wanted to comment on that fact you threw out at the beginning of this hour about the men that are out of work between 25 and 54.
Yeah, 1 in 6 American men. This is astounding. We haven't seen this since the 30s.
I was one of those people. I had worked for a company for 24 plus years. They had their manufacturing operations down in Mexico, and then they decided that it would be cheaper to do the manufacturing over in China. And then they decided that they needed someone that would do the exact same function I did over in China next to their manufacturing operations. So after 24 plus years, I was laid off.
Wow.
Just so people understand, when they hired the person in China, they made about 10% of what I was making here in the States. And then I was asked to train my replacement, and I trained them without any hesitation because I figured they were paying me, and that's what they wanted me to do. Yeah. I was out of work for 97 weeks.
Wow.
I had 2 weeks of unemployment left because that was part of the government extension at the time.
Right.
And just during those 2 years I was out of work, I applied to over 600 jobs, and I took the first job I was offered. And I'm in my 50s, and people could read my resume and see that I had a lot of experience and that I was older, and I couldn't never prove it, but I think I was discriminated against because they knew I was older and I wasn't new out of school or somebody younger in it.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And companies are looking at kids who are graduating from college with $60,000 in student debt who are so desperate to work that they'll work for minimum wage or something close to it, compared to somebody like yourself who has, who was presumably working for something, probably at least 2 or 3 times minimum wage. And they're like, why should I hire somebody who eventually is going to be a malcontent or something because, they're not going to be happy with a $7.50 an hour job or an $8 an hour job because they've seen the other side of life,
Yes, I understand. And it really burns me up the fact that they keep denying this extension of the unemployment benefits because having been there, I woke up every day as if I was going to work, and I was looking for a job. I scoured the net. I looked every place under every stone looking for a job, anything that I would be able to support my family.
Oh, this is morally criminal. This is morally criminal. Yeah. I was over at the Capitol yesterday when they held the vote on the unemployment, and when all the senators ran in to vote for it. And in fact, I was in a little train on the way over there with Senator Rubio and a couple of others. It was very interesting, and it's like it lost by 2 votes. Well, it didn't actually. It won by 8. 58 out of 100 senators voted to extend unemployment insurance, but the Republicans filibustered it, and so they couldn't get cloture. So Harry Reid had to vote no so that he could bring it back up again. So it really lost by 1 vote, and that could have been any one Republican. Actually, there were 4 Republicans who voted in favor of it. If they'd had 1 more Republican, this thing would have passed. But they couldn't find 1 Republican who had enough of a conscience to say, yeah, let's look out for 1.7 million people who have several million children who are days away, weeks away in some cases from being homeless. I mean, it's criminal. George, thank you for the call, and thanks for putting a human face on unemployment. I honor you.